Terence Crawford is Black Murderers Row?
I've seen some good boxing from him, and then I've seen not really struggles, but I've seen a lack of like consistency too. So, you know, hey, we are looking for elite.
So, who's the weakest link at 160?
When you sit on the throne, every move you make is under the spotlight. Coming off a historic win against Canelo Alvarez, the fighter who has dominated almost every weight class he entered is now searching for his next challenge and a new territory to rule.
You know what? If you look at his career, don't get me wrong, okay? He's a good fighter, but if you look at his career, mention one elite fighter.
Masterful performance from Terence Crawford.
Adding to it with that left hand.
He delivered a cold, direct message to the middleweight division, and it was aimed at one specific fighter. It was not loud or dramatic, just a clear challenge. Everything erupted from one short video that spread across boxing instantly. This was not a casual post or a random interview moment. It was a deliberate statement of power. Terence Crawford appeared at the WBO convention, and beside him stood Aegis Klimas smiling.
Johnny, we're here next. Looking for you. Looking for December 6th, how you gonna do it?
If that name sounds familiar, it should. Klimas manages the fighter Crawford was preparing to challenge the unified middleweight champion Janibek Alimkhanuly. Bud stared into the camera, pointed forward, and spoke with a confident smile.
I got my eyes on you, Janibek. Good luck.
The pound-for-pound leader was seated next to his future target's own manager, making it clear that his next mission had begun. The message was obvious: a massive fight was coming.
Terry's going to be transparent with it. I got my eyes on you, Janibek. That good luck sounds diabolical. Good luck. I don't want to hear that. I wouldn't want to hear that kind of good luck from Bud Crawford. All right, good luck. You know, that sounds like a threat.
Janibek answered publicly with a reaction that seemed almost too simple. He reposted Crawford's video on his own page and added a calm, almost casual caption saying, "Thank you, bro." It looked like a respectful nod from one champion to another.
Hey Johnny, we're here next. Looking for you. Looking for December 6th, how you gonna do it?
I got my eyes on you, Janibek. Good luck.
But behind those few words, a deeper and more serious plan was taking shape.
Now, somebody said 135 to 168. Very true. 35, 40, 47 for a while. See, some of that stuff is in pit stops, right? 35 was there. 40, collect everything. Undisputed 47, campaign there, right? 54, 168, go back to 160. That's to be, that's 6 weight cut. You cannot say that's not better than Manny Pacquiao and Floyd.
Janibek is not waiting on Terence Crawford. He is not begging for a fight or simply agreeing to a challenge. He is building his own stronghold and daring Crawford to come take it. His vision is bold and risky at every step. He has made it clear that his only focus is collecting every belt at 160 pounds. He wants to be undisputed. He has no intention of pausing his career for Crawford's decision. Instead, he plans to dominate the division himself. He openly stated that Crawford does not need to fight Adam, meaning the other champion Carlos Adams, who holds the WBC title. Janibek plans to handle that himself. His roadmap begins with a showdown against WBA champion heiress Lara on December 6th. He intends to capture Lara's belt and add it to his IBF and WBO titles. After that, he plans to chase Carlos Adam, take the WBC belt, and crown himself the undisputed ruler of the middleweight division. Only then, with every title secured, will he welcome Terence Crawford to fight for the entire kingdom.
There's a potential big fight that could be made of the winner of this, and Terence Crawford could be looking at it. Just wanted to get each champion's thoughts on the potential of a mega fight if this can get acquired.
Yeah, дайынбыз біз. Әрине ондай жекпе-жектер біз үшін үлкен жақсы жекпе-жек болады, мен ойымша.
Да, я готов. Это для меня будет очень хороший бой. И всем болельщикам.
Yes, of course, it would be a very, very good fight, and
I will be ready for it, because it's a big fight, and I think everybody would be looking into it.
This strategy raises an important question. If Janibek is so sure of himself, why has he not already fought Carlos Adames? The answer leads into a messy story full of tension and blame. The unification bout has been discussed multiple times, but it keeps falling apart. According to Janibek's camp, there is one clear reason. His manager Aegis Klus publicly claimed that the fight never happened because Adames was scared to face Janibek. It is a heavy accusation that suggests a world champion avoiding danger out of fear. Janibek supported this narrative by thanking Lara for having the courage to sign a contract while implying Adames did not. Whether true or pure mind games, the tactic is effective. It paints Janibek as the most avoided fighter in the sport.
I really wouldn't say Janibek is unproven, but he really hasn't fought elite.
Is he he's at the same boat as Boots right now?
No.
Okay.
I don't think. See, that's the thing.
Yeah.
Boots is not overrated. Boots is just not in a position to get a championship title or an opportunity yet.
Okay.
Janibek, I don't know what the belts are like on his side or whatever, but I know that there's some guys that he can get in the ring with that are elite, and he hasn't gotten in the ring with them. You know, once upon a time, there was the talks of Boo Boo Andre and Janibek fight. That never happened, and a couple other fights. I mean, I guess overall, I would say, yeah, he's a little overrated.
The biggest flaw in Janibek's ambitious plan comes down to one date, December 6th. Everything depends on him defeating the man in front of him first. That man is Eris Landy Lara, the American Dream. Many people, including Janibek himself, appear to be underestimating the 42-year-old Cuban veteran.
I like how Crawford is with the smoke. He's like you said, yo, go ahead and only y'all do the work, and then I'm gonna go in there and I'm gonna just bring out the broom and sweep this shit.
Right.
I got Crawford beating Janibek. I got him beating Janibek. I just think, I mean, I haven't seen much on him, but I've seen enough on Crawford, and I'm not gonna judge Crawford over his last performance from Canelo, because there was, I don't care what a person say, they could say that Canelo's washed up, they say this, they say past his prime, yada yada yada. That's not what I'm looking at. I'm looking at how he executed the plan and how he neutralized the threat. So he did a phenomenal job with that. Bowman came up with a great game plan for that. I really believe that Janibek can get outboxed. I think he's going to get outboxed. He goes into 160. It's all going to determine on how he look against Lara.
Janibek has spoken with extreme confidence, saying he has studied Lara and believes the fight will not be difficult. That is a bold statement considering Lara's history. Lara is one of the most skilled boxers of his era, shaped by the elite Cuban system and tested against top competition. He has heard every word of Janibek's confidence. When asked about those comments, Lara's response was calm and powerful. He said, "Think whatever you want, we will see on December 6th. Lara is not coming for an easy payday. He wants to prove the old lion still has strength, and he could shatter Janibek's entire plan in one night. Even if Janibek survives, another obstacle looms behind the scenes. Boxing politics may ruin everything." Reports suggest the IBF plans to order the winner of Janibek versus Lara to defend the belt immediately against an undefeated contender named Austin Williams. The IBF has reportedly made it clear there will be no exceptions. This creates a nightmare scenario. Janibek may be forced to choose between following his unification dream and losing the IBF belt, or obeying the IBF and watching the Crawford super fight disappear.
That's the battle but won the war.
Okay.
You know what I mean? But Terence right now, but as far as Terence, ain't nobody gonna beat him right now, man. No. Nobody, huh? No. Ain't nobody beating him, man. I mean, even your former student, Janibek? No, not right now, no.
I got him boxing Janibek, and then after that, just walk away.
No, remember, you still gotta get at Adonis though.
I hear you.
there's no reason to go after Janibek.
So are you saying? So are you saying? He's gonna beat Adonis? There's no ifs, ands, buts about that. But he beats Janibek. He has Lara, his belts, and then Adonis. So he'll be a 4-time undisputed champion.
Yeah.
Bro, he pulls that shit off.
This type of behind-the-scenes chaos can destroy a fighter's legacy just as quickly as any punch thrown in the ring.
Well, for Janibek and Crawford,
yeah,
I don't think.
Go ahead.
Crawford right now is at the top of his game, and he'll know. He'll know when it's time to quit. He'll know. You know what I mean? A lot of people say, should he go out on top right now? I personally think he's probably going to have one more fight and call it a day.
Janibek now stands in the eye of a storm. He is facing a dangerous legend in Lara, calling out a rival champion Adam and attempting to lure the pound-for-pound King Crawford. At the same time, the IBF threatens to disrupt everything. Is this the brilliant plan of a fearless future great or reckless confidence about to backfire? Will Kazakh style rise to the top, or will Janibek suffer a painful lesson on the world stage, losing his belts, his perfect record, and his shot at the biggest fight in boxing? That wraps up today's video. If you enjoyed it, leave a like, subscribe, and turn on notifications so you never miss an update. Share your thoughts below and stay tuned for the next one.